Cyprus football, the passion, the thrill. The passion, the thrill. The stadiums roar, you can feel the chill. You can feel the chill. The teams are ready, the battles will start. The battles will start with dreams of glory, they'll play with heart.
Kalimera, καλό μεσημέρι, καλό βράδυ, καλησπέρα, καληνύχτα, whatever time you're watching or listening to. This is Mappa. It's our first of... No, it's not our first of 20. Is it our first of 2025?
Yeah. Yes,
It's our first of 2025. Happy New Year, I guess.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
It doesn't feel like this is our first of 2025 because we did one the other day.
Yeah.
And what was it, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Yeah, Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Remember,
Thursday was it Wednesday? No, it was Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, I don't know, man. Either way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
This is Mappa time, of course,
This is Mappa time.
Of course. We've got quite a bit to go through.
We do.
But I'm sure we can whiz past it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just get right into it. Just get right into it. Yeah. There
Ready.
we go. So it was week 17? Week 17?
Match day 17.
Match day
16. Either way, we're doing one on a weird day this week because for some reason the Cypriot FA has decided they were going to do one match day between Thursday and Saturday, and they're doing the second match day between Monday and Wednesday. So we're going to have some weird times. So this is Mappa.
Yeah, we're not going to review 14 games on Wednesday. Forget that. So,
no chance.
Yeah. No. Okay, so let's go to the first game. And Paralimni beats Omonia Nicosia by 2-1. Andreu giving Paralimni the lead before Sambu scored from the spot. Gonomis was sent off for hacking him down. Facundo Garcia pulled one back in stoppage time, but that's a victory that Paralimni desperately needed, that's all, and one that they deserved. Yeah,
they really did. It was a crazy, 5-6 minutes for Omonia to Furious there. It was only about 30 seconds of actual play between the two goals because basically it was Andreu scored. It went to VAR for 2-3 minutes. They kicked off. There was 30 seconds of play, and then Gonomis launched Sabu. Sabu went down, and then he goes down and he's like, give him the card, give him the card as well as he's going down. Red card. It's a red card. It's a professional foul. I don't think there was much discussion for it. Penalty.
And Gonomis did his best Garcas impression by going, me?
Yeah,
me?
He was claiming it was a foul on him, which was weird. Yeah, but yeah, penalty dispatch, 2-0 down, one man down. It was basically game over. The goal scored by Omonia Furious in the 95th minute was more like a lack of concentration. The game was finishing for Paralimni, and they just let Facundo Garcia through. He basically bounced through 4 or 5 defenders one-on-one with Adebayo, and he scored the goal. 2-1.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that was a game where our mate Sim Tandy made his debut.
Yeah, Sim Tandy and Sherwin Seedorf made the debuts, and they both had a really good game. They're going to have more difficult games further on, but it's a good start for them. 2-1 Furious as well. They had Ikoko and Azawi came off the bench for them. But yeah, so yeah, plenty of debuts in that game.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And one departure.
One departure. One departure for 2-1 Furious is Gabriel Ramos. So they basically signed him in the summer after he left Dynamo Batumi. And he's played 13 times for him and got 4 assists. So there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
4 assists.
4 assists.
He scored 11 goals this season.
Yeah, but that was in the Eron Liga, because obviously, not obviously, but the Georgian season starts. It goes a calendar year rather than our from autumn to summer.
Okay.
Yeah. So those goals he scored this season were actually from January or whenever the Georgian
Okay.
league starts
So
until.
you didn't get any for Money Gosinga then.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
All right. They won't miss him then. No disrespect.
No, no.
Okay.
So there you go.
I don't think we've got anything else to discuss in that one.
Nope,
Okay.
nope.
Let's move on then. And a massive, massive victory for Ethnigo and our mate David Badia, who beat our other mate, Jan Nevsky, 3-0 to Ethnigo, 2 for debutant Baris Psalti, and the third from Breno. And it looks like, as you said yesterday to me in the WhatsApp chat, Ethnigo are dark horses for top 6.
Yeah. They're only 3 points off. They're only 3 points off sixth. Apollon are, and AL and Orthosi are having some form issues at the moment. So watch this space. It's
Yeah.
very
And
interesting.
yeah, and 2 goals for Psalti.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. I can't remember the last time he actually scored the goal, let alone 2.
yeah. I think he called them under Egan FC in the conversation we were having. He had nothing to do with any of the goals.
Yeah,
None of them. But
yeah.
yeah,
But that
yeah.
second goal,
So,
we brought in and then curled it with his left foot.
yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful finish. Yeah,
there you go. Absolutely
yeah.
happy days for him. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like happy days for Nea Salamina because according to 24 Sport tonight, Jan Nevsky is going to be shown the door imminently. Faso,
Yeah,
what's your take
yeah,
on
yeah,
that?
yeah. Well, I think he inherited a team that wasn't going to do well this year, especially in the defensive department. I think
Hmm.
if you go back and watch the highlights of this game, that first Akna goal, Lesiak's basically assists Sarti in scoring
Yeah,
that first goal. An absolute disaster for him. You can see he kind of, as Sarti's runs off celebrating, you can see Lesiak's. He wanted to just bury. He wanted the earth to open up and
yeah.
bury him.
Wanted to do an ostrich, bury his head in the sand.
Exactly. It was horrible, but it's something that's really uh, ruined Salamina because obviously their defense originally wasn't great anyway. But what you got,
Hmm.
Lesiaks is wrong side of 33, Tomovic wrong side of 33. And you got the other defenders that were there that weren't great in the first place. It's not a good look for them. It's not
Yeah,
a good look for
yeah,
them at all.
absolutely, absolutely.
Um, yeah,
Well, George says if Akana land a decent defender, they will finish above Anorthosi and IL, which, yeah, is a possibility.
mm,
And George reckons that Oka is going to Salamina. Well, there's talk about Bursa returning. And Happy New Year, Andy. Happy New Year. Yeah,
happy new.
here's another year of batshit crazy Cypriot football. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Now,
absolutely.
Ocas to Salamina, I don't see it because Ocas is entrenched. His career is entrenched in Anorthosis. I don't see that happening. I don't think the Salamina fans will be very happy with that appointment. Gergida actually reported on Janevski being sacked yesterday, and they were talking
Okay.
about Steve. They were talking about Steve Constantine
Constantine.
coming back.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's a few different options being weighed up. I think by Seymour. But he's got more pressing. Well, he's solved a more pressing issue that came up this week for them with Narsingh getting that big cruciate ligament injury.
Yep,
So he's
yep,
had to find a replacement for him. And I think they're basically just done copy paste and brought in the exact same player in, haven't they? With
yep.
what's his name? Riza
Dumisi.
Durmisi. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's also been without a club since the summer, so it doesn't count towards the 4 transfers that they can make in
Yeah.
January. So this guy's career trajectory, I've got it here. Brøndby youth teams, signed for Real
Yep.
Betis, Lazio, went on loan to Nice, Salernitano, Sparta Rotterdam, and Leganes, because it's Spanish. I'm pronouncing it in French.
Yep.
Leganes and Tenerife. So he was then released by Lazio. He spent 6 months out before signing for Lodz in Poland. And at the end
Yep.
of that contract, he's sat around again for 6 months prior to Salamina bringing him in. He's got 23 appearances for the Danish national team between 2015 and 2018. He has 222 appearances altogether with 10 goals and 23 assists, with appearances in La Liga, Serie A, and the Europa League. So,
Okay.
but then again, Velios has got all the experience in the world, and he's not being
Yeah.
exactly putting the ball in the
Great.
net as much as as they were expecting him to. So,
well, the thing is, we put out a tweet on the 2nd of January about the signing, and we got a couple of responses, and all three of them were in Polish. So I used the translate, and I'm going to bring up on the screen. So here's the announcement that we put up. And someone responded, obviously in Polish, and he said, "Amazing player." This is what the Google Translate is: amazing player, very big boost for Salamina, whatever that is. During his short stay in Poland, he managed to earn a universal nickname that we gave only to the most deserving and committed players: a dick to piss. But then there was another one down here. Where is it? And again, this wasn't as complimentary. We got a kicker, I assume footballer, who used to earn a lot of money playing in serious clubs. People like him and his ilk count every day, whether it pays off for him or not. It was the same with Rijkaard and Ricardinho. Only the stench remains after them. No more such freeloaders.
Okay. Ooh.
So.
Ooh.
I prefer the dick to piss one, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to the comments from the Polish people who followed that tweet, people were saying the same thing about Basala Sabu.
Yes,
I made a big deal. Basala Sabu, a lot of people were saying a lot of uncomplimentary stuff about him. When I put out on Twitter that Paralimni had signed him, and he had a quiet first season in the second division, but up in the first division for them, he seems to be getting some numbers, which are fairly reasonable for the stature of Paralimni. So, let's see.
Let's see. Time will tell.
A dick to piss. Beautiful.
A dick to piss.
Poetic,
yes.
Man. Polish language is very poetic.
Yeah. Very creative. Got to give it to him,
Yeah, that's definitely.
Let's see. Right, on to the next game. And a game that actually, believe it or not, went through. They actually played it. Apollon went to AEL. Okay, the Apollon will beat them by a 1-0. Hamburg Kiriago with the winner. Big victory for Apollon. Not a result that AEL and their fans wanted. And once again, Thasso, this game was shrouded in controversy. What happened off the field?
Yeah. Well, the first things we should say is that the Apollon fans weren't allowed at the game because of the stuff that happened in the Ethnikos Cup game. So that's the first thing. Now, with that, I'll start the timeline from before the match started. So the Apollon players get on a coach and they go from Bissuri. I'm guessing there's a hotel in Bissuri that they stay at before the game. Don't know why they leave from Bissuri, but anyway, they leave from Bissuri in the coach, and they've got a police cordon. Anyway, there's a police squad kind of guarding them going to the Alfamera Stadium. But on the way there, apparently some AEL fans managed to get hold of some military-grade flares and were firing it at the bus. There you go. There's one of them. That's the one that got fired hit the bus and landed on one of the motorbikes that were following the bus. Now, the officer on the bike received minor injuries, but nothing, nothing for them to to panic about. It got a bit of a burnt arse from what I saw from the pictures. They showed they showed the damage that the flare had done, and all it was the back of the guy's jeans and a hole near the bump. Anyway, no more comment on that. Right. So the game happens.
No.
It was a pretty boring affair on the pitch as well. Even the goal was a complete fluke. Like Hamburg Giriago kind of just threw himself up the ball from a corner, and it bounced off the post and went blah, 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 landed in the net. There wasn't much
Was
more.
it underwater?
Yes. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was raining, but yeah. Game was rubbish game to watch, man. It was for a third party, somebody who's not involved with either of the teams. There wasn't a lot going on. But anyway, now after the game, some Apollon fans took it upon themselves to break into AEL's basketball team's indoor arena, the Nikos Solomonidis, which is a 2,500 capacity, while the basketball team were actually in their training. They proceeded to cause what AEL have stated is 50,000 euros worth of damages, and the basketball team were evacuated quickly and no injuries were recorded. So, obviously, there's a lot of fallout from this because of all the stuff that's happened. It's not even off the pitch. It's not even in the stadium. They picked a completely different stadium to bash up, and they and issues happened for the team, the away team traveling to the game before there was even fans in the stadium. Anyway, AEL have released a series of statements regarding the breaking and entering of the Apollon fans in questions, and videos and images have been shared online of the damage caused. The president of the club has also attacked the police for their lack of action to protect the club, especially since the club had warned that there would be issues at the Nikos Solomonidis, since this has happened previously after other games between the two teams as well. The president of AEL and the president of the police union were on a debate on live TV that ended up being a farce because they kept interrupting each other. They wouldn't let each other finish what they were trying to say, and they wouldn't let each other answer the questions that were being posed by either side or people or whatever was going on. Anyway, because of that, the AEL president released a second statement where he reiterated that the club had warned the police prior to the vandalism, and also stated the incompetence of the police on duty at the time, as when the attack happened, the two squads who were supposed to be looking after the area had been found, this is a quote, found sitting undisturbed in the parking lot of a well-known supermarket near the Nikos Solomonidis indoor stadium, enjoying their coffee. So, and I did a bit of Googling, looked up Google Maps and saw they were hanging outside a Lidl. He was talking about a Lidl, right?
Okay.
So, the police were hanging around outside Lidl drinking coffee on their bikes, like, some 15-year-old edgelords, or rogolus, as you'd like to call them in Kipro. What the fuck is this, man? What's the police doing? Anyway, the police of the
drinking coffee.
Drinking coffee. Yeah, the president of the police union, Nikos Loizidis, during the debate, was much more interested in why the president of AEL wouldn't give over the name of the AEL Fan Association president over live TV. So while the AEL president was trying to answer questions, the president of the police union was going like, why won't you tell us the name of the IL fan president? Why the IL fan association president? Tell us his name. Why won't you tell us his name? Why? So trying to have a discussion of something serious that happened, and these two are bickering like two little girls. In the in the I don't know what would you say?
Debates.
Well, no, but they're
I
bickering
guess.
like two teenage girls in the lunchroom in the high school, yeah.
Oh, in the
No,
lunchroom.
but you,
Yeah,
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 but
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
but you, no, but you, no, but you, no, but you. Anyway, now on top of that, so everybody's released their statements, including the Minister of Justice, Marios
Yeah.
Hartjodis. We all love a bit of Hartjodi, don't we, lads? Don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Whenever he
Oh
pops up, he
no.
has something useful to say. Anyway, he had absolutely nothing useful to say. But he came out with a statement that said that investigations into both incidents are underway, as well as the behaviour and absence of the police for the vandalism of the basketball arena. So they're going to investigate why they were sat around like a bunch of rogolus drinking coffee outside Lidl instead of protecting the area they were supposed to protect.
For crying out loud.
He also said that the person who fired the military grade flare will be charged with attempted murder. And finally,
Lovely.
Apollon have said absolutely nothing on the matter. So there you go.
Great.
Now, I've got a question for everybody listening and what their thoughts will be on this. But my question is, when will Apollon have points deducted from them for their fan behaviour? Because the club has already been hit with matchday fan bans, 3 times now, right? And the Cyprus FA, I remember they announced that big thing that, if you do it 1 time, if you do it 2 times, if you do it 3 times, and now we're going to start removing points from people. So they're going to start removing points from Apollon, right? That's what happens now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it doesn't,
Well, listen, we know that this could rumble on for God knows how long. We know it. And it always goes back and forth with these teams. Always. So,
yeah.
is it even worth thinking about at this stage? Is it really worth it?
No, I mean, I'd like to see what Vrionidis has to say. Again, we'll have to wait.
Oh,
bloody hell! How long will we have to wait?
what?
I'm just trying to think, because today's Sunday. We'll have to wait 10 days to hear what Vrionidis has to say on the matter. So,
would have forgotten by that time.
Yeah, I mean, the 10 days in Cypriot football, it might as well be like a year. And on top of that, then you'll have Apollon appealing the decision, obviously. Now, I suspect AL might get hit with something as well, obviously, because of the flare being fired. But I don't know what yet, because they've also had some some fan bans as well already.
I guess the only thing we can say is watch this space.
Yep.
That's the only thing we can do is say watch this space, because whatever. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on from the Rogolus.
Excellent. Let's go. Okay, on to the next. And Ari, oh no, you won 3-0. Sorry, I thought it was going to be the Ari game, but you won 3-0. 2 from Drazic. From, God, I think my internet is lagging again. Oh, shit. Yeah, 2 from Drazic, 1 from El Arabi. Victory for you guys. Do you know what? You talk about your game. I'm going to restart my machine because it's lagging. It's lagging.
All right. You do that. I thought it was my internet, but okay. You do that. All right. So,
No, it's mine. It's mine.
First half was absolute dross. There were 3 shots at goal in 45 minutes. Garibaldis had one of those in the first minute of injury time. So I was like, I was sending messages to Stella on WhatsApp being like, this game, I don't know, I don't like the tactics. It looks like we've got no ideas. It seemed to be pass it out to the wings and then just lump it into the box. They had Drazic and Al Arabi both up in the box, but the crosses there was no accuracy at all. They weren't reaching anyone. They were going too far. They weren't beating the first man. There was a lot of angry moments for me in that first half. But yeah, Alejo, we haven't talked about Abuel signing Alejo yet either. Adonis stuck to the bylines. Chubak and Quitia aimless with their crossing as well. It didn't look like we had a way of beating Garbatissa's 5 at the back, which was weird because they had the 5 at the back, they had the 3 in the middle, and they had 2 up front. Basically, what was happening, it was the Garbatissa's tactic was get the ball, lump it, try and get it to Usis, which wasn't working for them either. So it was basically the whole game was happening in the middle third of Garbatissa's half of the pitch. Hi, Stel, you're back.
Hello.
Hi. So even Drazic's goal that opened the scoring came from 3 separate crosses that didn't work before someone in the box was able to get to it. There was Al Arabi scored 2 as well, and then he came off for Bar. We had Galanopoulos and Alejo making their debuts. Galanopoulos came off in the 70th minute, and Alejo came off in the 86th. They were fairly solid, I think, in their performances, but there would have been bigger tests that Garbatisσα coming through later on. But yeah, it's a win. I can't complain about getting the win. 3-0. We keep within a certain distance of that top 3. So yeah, I guess we can only build on that.
Well, we're messaging each other, and you weren't happy with that first half display.
No, not at all.
But second half, obviously, you guys stepped up again. What do you make of the 2 debutants?
Yeah, I thought they were fine. The Alejo, I think his crossing needs work, but as does everybody's in that team based off of that, especially that first half performance. But yeah, there was so many. Alejo was able to get to the byline, take it past players. He was able to make the short pass, run. He seemed to be. He seems to already have some kind of connection with Chubak on the right hand side there.
Mm-hmm.
Was able to give and go quite a lot with him, so he was able to do a lot of work there. But the crossing needs to be worked on. Whereas Galanopoulos had a fairly straightforward game. I wouldn't have expected him to have a bad game, based off of how Garbatissa were playing. Garbatissa didn't have, they didn't really have a midfield, so his job was fairly straightforward. Garbatissa were playing 5-3-2. The fullbacks were flat, so they're trying to squeeze the space, obviously, in that defensive third, which is why there was a lot of aimless passing, kind of in that 30-yard area, kind of trying to switch play, that wasn't really working, especially in the first half. But yeah, the bigger things this week on Abuel's side is the signings. So
yeah, well, look, I mean, the inclusion of Galanopoulos, I couldn't say his name, Galanopoulos, right? And this new winger that you brought in means that Alejo means that Ndongala has left the club.
Yep.
He's gone to second division team in Turkey, and it looks like Kostadinov is on his way out. If that's according to reports, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, those reports have been going since beginning of November. I think he doesn't like the fact that he's been replaced in the team, and it's more than like, it's more than he's allowed to be unhappy about not being in the team. You know, his performances over the last 2, 3 seasons have been 2 seasons have been solid. This season, not so much. I think age is catching up with a lot of Abuel players. So, you know, kind of refreshing the team a little bit with some slightly younger players. I won't call them young players, but some slightly younger players will do good. Because, you know, Dongala is 33. He's been at the club for 4.5 seasons. And Alejo is 29, right?
Yeah.
He's not young, he's younger. So I guess he'd be able to give something different.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it looks like you know, with Tejera being there, you don't need another holding midfielder.
Correct.
So, and the guy's 34 as well.
Yeah.
Kostadinov. So Halanopoulos come in. You've also got Abanya, Sarfo coming back from injury. So you're stacked in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
You know, Sacha. We've spoken about this before, but the big story. In fact, before we talk about the big story, there's also a story that Doni is looking to leave the club.
Oh,
Have you read that?
no, I've not heard of this.
Yeah, it came up from a Greek publication. Apparently, he's not happy with not playing enough and possibly payments not being made as well.
Mm.
But that's unconfirmed, obviously. But the big story, mate, who you know a lot of your fans and obviously yourself are quite happy with, is Soderio has returned to Abo after what, 6 years? Is it 6 years?
It must be something like that, if not longer. Hold on,
6
I've
years.
got it written down here. Let me check.
Written down. Thought his
Yes.
months.
So, 2017 he left. So
Okay.
that's 8. Is that right? 2017. We're on 2025 now. So that's 7.5
Yeah, it
seasons.
was 6. Is it 7.5? 7.5.
Yeah, because he left it. Yeah, he left it in the summer. But yeah.
Even our massive rubbish.
So Olympiacos, he starts at Olympiacos Lefkosias, goes to Apoel, summer 2013. He scores 40 goals in 101 games in 4 seasons. He gets a transfer to FC Copenhagen. Scores 35 goals in 110 appearances in 2.5 seasons there. He then gets sold to Astana in Kazakhstan, where he scores 7 goals in 17. Then he goes to Ludogorets in Bulgaria, scores 29 goals in 62. And then he moves to Japan, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, where he gets 18 goals in 66 games. So outside of Cyprus, he's won a Danish Superliga, 2 Belgian championships, a Bulgarian Super Cup, and a Japanese League Cup. Now, there you go. Guy has pedigree and he's proven himself in Cyprus previously as well. So I'm expecting big things. We shouldn't be playing El Arabi every game. He's 38 years old. You know, Soderio is 31. It's not 38. So I expect El Arabi to be more of a like impact player with Soderio and Drazic playing in the front two. If Jimenez carries on with this 4-4-2 rather than the 4-2-3-1. But yeah, I'm expecting very big things. I want goals. It's not even if even Soderio coming in, right? Apoel are 3rd top goal scorers in the league after Bafo and Omonia, right? Bafo and Omonia have scored 34 each. Apoel have scored 33. So it's not exactly an area where we've got a problem. The problem is in defence. So please, for the love of God, can the 4th signing be a right-footed central defender? Please. Please. I don't want Petrovic anymore in this team. Please. Please. Should I be looking down for mushrooms? Look out down at the mushrooms. Please. Please. Send the message to Manidara. Please. But yeah. Yeah, so there you go.
Well, there's a story on Supersport that Diwali, his contract is up at the end of the season, and Ari are looking at him at the moment. Apparently, again, you can't really read into that too much because obviously it's
Mm-hmm.
silly season. But when you look at Cipriano, that central defender, apparently he's being linked with another club in Brazil. I personally think that you're a team whereby your focus with this coach isn't on defense. It
No.
is clearly get the ball out wide and smash it in the box. That's why you've brought in this Spanish winger that can obviously deliver crosses. That's why,
Yeah.
I mean, Marquinhos is injured at the moment, isn't he? I
Yeah.
don't know how long he's out for because he did his hammy
Yeah.
in the derby. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for. But when you look at the stature of Sodriu, the type of goals that Drazic scores, the type of goals that El Arabi scores, the fact is you're not going to get this free-flowing football that a lot of fans probably want. But it's going to be direct. It's going to be direct. And I, for one, obviously, if I was an Arbor fan, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
No,
you know?
no. If it wins your games, it's not a problem. However, I'll go back to the press conference that Jimenez had when he started, talking about joga bonito. Yeah, yeah. It's not exactly joga bonito, is it?
No.
But you know, if it wins games, I'm not going to complain. I've got no complaints whatsoever.
No, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Shall we move
Yes.
on?
Yes, let's go.
Excellent. Yes, let's go. Right. On to the next. And Omonia. Shock result there. Going to Ajax and beating them by 3-0. 2 goals from Gaguli, 1 from Alium. Clinical Omonia. I never thought I'd say this. Absolutely clinical. 5 shots on target, 3 goals. And a convincing win at that, to be honest, because Ajax really weren't in the game much. And Cabrera had the header, which was saved in the first half from Fabi. And in the second half, he hit the post with a header as well. But it wasn't really the Ajax that we kind of expected, was it, Tasso?
No, not at all. I mean, when I saw the result, I put up the image on Twitter. You know, there's the meme of from Community where you've got the guy holding the pizzas and he's walking in, and there's a person on fire. Somebody else has got an arm missing. Somebody else is there. Everybody's screaming. That's kind of basically what happened with Ike. It was an absolute show. Kind of they were in it. I want like they were in it for a lot of the game. They attacked quite a lot. Omonia were very resilient. And then when they got the ball, especially once Alium came on, when they got the ball, they were very clinical pace, counter-attacking, a couple of great finishes. Gaguli's second one as well, where he does like a little while he's in the air, finish it. It was I watched that goal.
Skipping the jump.
Yeah. And Alium is one of my favorite players, despite him playing for Omonia. Alium is a fantastic player. He needs to get more minutes. I don't know. I think he needs to be playing in front of Loizu, but anyway.
Well,
say that on Omonia. Say that on an Omonia-led podcast, and you'll have people jumping on you.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, look, the thing is, right? Alium has made a name for himself for being more of an impact sub under Yanni, and we've kind of noticed a pattern, especially in games that, where it's kind of tight, and the opponents are knocking on the door trying to get an equalizer. He brings him on just to stretch the game. And the funny thing is, when Alium came on, a few moments later, Berg brought on the left back. I forget his name. Is it Ghana? I forget his surname. He brought him on to counter the speed. And when you see the second goal, Alium is gone, and the lad was he running? Was he jogging? I don't know. he just saw Alium running. He was like, "Oh, what do I do? Do I chase him? Do I run back? What do I do?" By the time he decided, that was it. That was it.
Pretty much.
And he's finished for the third goal, man. Absolutely brilliant. The first touch, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic first touch. And the finish, yeah.
It was a very good finish. It was a very good finish. Spoilers if we ever do that mid-season team of the year thing that we were talking about. Alium's in my team of the year so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we
Yeah.
might have to do that on Wednesday.
Yeah,
We might have to do it on Wednesday.
well, Thursday because there's games on Wednesday.
Thursday. Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
So, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Right. On to actually, let's get some comments up quickly. Let's get some
Yeah.
comments. It's a bit late here, but because it's a Columbia resort, so it's basically either free or Gizzy is taking his money. Okay. Okay. Thasso, who cares? We signed Del Pieros.
Yes.
Hello, Pedia. Thasso, did Alekos break the record for long lobs in a match? He seems more like a fullback than a winger. Yeah, he does. He did play fullback, didn't he?
Yeah, it's because they had Chebak making the runs forward as well, so they were kind of swapping roles depending on who was the one kind of rushing down the byline and putting the cross in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not relevant, but Maguire, how did you miss that one? It bounced and it hit his shin, and he's a central defender. I don't expect him to finish it, but he had a good game, to be honest. He had a good game. Anyway, right, let's move on. Let's move on. And over to the Alpha Mega, and Ari beats Omonia Aradipu by 2-0. First goal scored by Boake, and the second one from Thasso's best mate, Correa.
This isn't a goal, man. This is
directly from a corner. Listen, for me, I've seen it 4 or 5 times, and it doesn't look like it crossed the line at all. For the benefit of those listening, Correa took the corner, and it went near post, and Loria saved it. And the amount of times I've seen this, I don't know how they spotted it. We've seen 3 different camera angles. That's the first one is I guess the only one we can really go by, because the second one is just as bad.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a goal at all, mate.
No, the assistant ref gives it as well. Like you can see the referee
when
it happens, it goes, he's the one that gave it. He's the one that gave it.
Yeah.
And the problem with VAR, so VAR can check it as much as they can, but if you don't have the camera angle to be able to see down the line, you can't say whether it's gone in or not, and therefore you can't change the decision that's been given on the pitch. So Anderson Correa has a goal for a miskicked corner.
Crying out loud. Do you know what makes it even worse?
He meant to do that. It's not like Douglas. No. It's not like Douglas Luiz when he was actually going to try and score from the corners.
No,
that was he just scuffed his corner a little bit, and it ended up going towards the goal.
But you know what makes it even worse is that it's not one of those where it's 50-50. Do you know what I mean? There's goals that we've seen, and you and I have argued about these time and time again, right? Like the one that Ike scored against you guys last season.
Yeah.
Right? Or the FD goal against Omonia. The
Omonia goal against Doxa, which made it 4-0. I think that Luiz scored. Yeah.
And you're sitting there thinking, this one, like how? How? What has he seen?
I don't know. For me, the assistant referee, right? He's looking down the line, or he's not even looking down the line. You see him. He takes the corner. He sees the ball go towards the goal, and you see his body shift to look down the line. Like you see him go, like, "Oh shit!" Like it's. I don't understand how they could give that, but they gave it. But either way, all right. Ari were in control of the game. They already had 2 goals, which were disallowed because of offside. Rightly, they were offside. But yeah, there were no chances for Omonia Aradipu. It was just Ari's attack after Ari's attack after Ari's attack. They were clinical. So even if that one hadn't gone in, another one would have gone in anyway. But anyway, we spent time talking about Correa's goal. We didn't even talk about Boyake's one, which is a great finish. Like the way the ball spins, like just as soon as it leaves his foot, it just spins, and then it hits the post as it goes in, and then just it was as if it was like a pinball. Like
the 2 right backs scoring goals with their left foot. That's mad.
Yeah. No, well, Correa's left-footed. He's left back. But
no, Psatti and
Psatti. Sorry, yeah. Right, yeah. But yeah, the Boyake goal. When you see it, the ball's not traveling fast. It's just got that much spin on it.
Yeah.
It goes round Loria. when it hits the post, it just goes. Boom, ding, 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 ding.
What's with the sound effects tonight?
Oh, I'm on it. I'm on it. I don't know what to say to you. I'm on it.
You're taking it to the guy from Police Academy. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Shall we move on?
No, because there was some big Irish news that happened.
Yes.
Over the last few days. Is that
Well? May I just say something? Thema Sports yesterday reported that Miralem Pjanic is on their radar.
that might be the big bomber that
Might
they've
be.
been going on about?
Might be.
Can you imagine Pjanic playing in the Pro Cinema?
Yeah, 34 years old on big money. Never happens.
Yeah, but Pjanic.
Yeah. Well, he played in Turkey. He played in UAE.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's still Pjanic.
It's still Pjanic, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the big news is an exit from Aris over the last few days.
Yes.
We've got Alex Musunda has joined SM Caen on loan until the end of the season. Gabon central defender joined Aris in summer 2021 and has 86 appearances with 1 goal and an assist. So he joined the same time as who's the other one from Gabon? Is it Gomis?
Babika.
Or Babika? Sorry, Babika. Yeah. So those two joined the same summer. Now they've both gone to France. Anyway, so he has 19 appearances for Gabon, with the first coming in October 2021. And he joins the League 2 club. League 2? League 2? What? Ligue 2. Ligue 2. The Ligue 2 club as the first signing of former AEL and Apoel manager Bruno Baltazar. The Ligue 2 club is sat in the last relegation place, 5 points off safety. So I think, so there's a loan with an option to buy, but I think the option to buy is based on them avoiding relegation.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll be going to the Championnat National, and then Musunda will end up joining Apollo because of that.
Next.
Omonia Radipo have released 3 players. Jerome Guijuata, Patrick Valverde, and Stefan Badji. Valverde and Badji were at Olympiacos Lefkosias last season, whereas Guijuata was signed by the club in January last year from Eoligos in Greece. Guijuata played 41 times for Omonia Radipo. Valverde played 7 times and Badji 9. Valverde has already agreed to sign Taipo in Hong Kong.
Oh.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
So, I think somebody mentioned in our comments, our last podcast, that Omonia Radipo going through some financial difficulties at the moment. It would explain why they've released these 3 as well as the 2 other ones we spoke about last time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Final game. And it was at the PAP where Buffon beat Anorthosis by 2-0, but this first goal was disallowed for a foul. And thus, I'm not sure where the foul was committed. It was a great strike, by the way. But yeah, apparently that was a foul. Don't know.
Well, no. I mean, he didn't get the ball.
You sure?
Oh, no, he did get the ball.
He did get the ball. Yeah, he did. But anyway, Tankovic scored twice. Buffon missed 3 really big opportunities, 2 from Jairo. But yeah, they've bounced back and they remain top by a point.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, should this have been a penalty to Anorthosis? It looked like a stamp on foot, which their goal was disallowed against Ari for a stamp on foot.
Yeah. It's just, it's a strange one, that one, isn't it? It's a strange one. Oh, that second goal. That second goal was cheesy.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, Zivkovic should be doing a lot better with that. But yeah.
No, he's side-footed it into the ground and it's kind of like P-rolled in. I mean, talk about being flat-footed, but yeah. It was a very entertaining game, to be honest. Very entertaining game. But I think Anorthosis should feel a little bit aggrieved by that, in all fairness. But maybe it was just balancing out the goal that was disallowed for a foul.
Maybe.
No. Okay.
Maybe, but
well, George says not just saying it, but the ref was shite for both teams. Okay.
Menelaus. I don't want to get fined by the Cyprus FA, but Menelaus.
No.
Menelaus Antonio.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, entertaining game. It's always going to be entertaining with Bafos, regardless of which end the goals end up being scored in. But yeah, Gyro is as January's come around, so he's starting to take his foot off the pedal as he normally does every season. But Bafo have got the players to pick up the pieces behind him now, whereas they didn't in previous seasons. So yeah, and I was looking at the stats as well. Bafo have the best defense in the league at the moment. Goals conceded, which is surprising, isn't it? Because I keep going on about their defense and how it needs to be improved. Now, on that, you remember last podcast we had a little bit of an argument about what I said regarding Bafo's championship chances. After you said I agreed with you about Bafo basically walking away with it at the moment.
Okay.
I said, so I agreed with you, but I did put a big caveat on it saying that they need to make sure they don't have any injuries in defence. So there you go.
Well, today they were linked with Molde's central defender Anders Hagelshire, 27 years old. 2 trophies under his belt. So yeah.
So they're listening to us. Obviously, they want to invest in the defense to make sure that they've got some coverage.
There we go.
Especially,
and there's still Kvida, whose future is uncertain.
He's going to everybody, isn't he? The only one I haven't seen him linked with in the top 6 is Abuel. I've seen Omonia, I've seen Ari, I've seen I've seen Ael. Anorthosis on loans was another one as well, but they've got the embargo. I don't know if that counts for loans as well or not. Yeah, everybody like Kvita, they're pulling at him like this.
Yeah.
Let's
have a look at this. The Norwegian lad is on his way to Wickham now. Okay.
So Bafo or Wickham? Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Obviously, there's more chances of playing in European matches at Wickham. Yes. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Right. League table. Let's go. League table. Where is it? There we go. Go on, Tasso.
There it is. We've got Bafo top with 40 points. Aris in second with 39 points. Ajax in third with 33 points. And Omonia are kind of nipping at their heels in fourth in 32 points. Abuel in fifth with 28 points. Apollon in sixth with 24 points. But we'll put an asterisk on that. I think that's going to go down instead of up over the next few days. Anyway, Anorthosis in seventh with 21 points. Achna in eighth with 21 points. Ael in ninth with 19 points. Garmadisa in 10th with 14 points. Omonia Radipor in 11th with 13 points. Paralimni are in 12th with 12 points. Nea Salamina in 13th with 10 points. And two Omonia, two Furious. I will never get bored of saying this. Are last 14th with 7 points. Nice.
Very nice indeed. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Well, George has just sent me a link on Twitter. And yeah, they're linking him to this club in Norway. With Wickham. But their owner is Lomtadze, who's worth about 5 billion. So yeah, Wickham are rolling in it. There you go.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's it for the match review or match reviews.
Yep.
Shall we visit our friend?
We should.
Let's visit our friend.
It's time to spin the wheel. What is coming? We don't know. Spin the wheel now.
Come on, what have you got for us now?
I've only got one thing. It's a fairly quick one. There might be some discussion on it, but it should be a fairly quick one.
Ooh.
Omonia and IL have unsurprisingly been handed fines for their additional statements, throwing the game, referees, and the Cyprus FA into disrepute.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, who knew?
Really?
Who knew that would happen?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? Papa Stavro in particular as well has been fined, obviously because the statement was coming straight from him. But yeah, the two clubs, Omonia and IL, have been fined because they will not stop complaining about things. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's basically it. Because obviously stuff regarding the lower divisions hasn't happened a lot because they had a little bit of a longer break than the first couple of divisions. So I'm waiting for it's probably going to be next week now when we start to see the real like bin throwing type stuff coming through.
Yeah. Well, there was some trouble between AEK and Omonia, the supporters.
Yeah.
Police officer was hurt and a 24-year-old was arrested, although it didn't say which club the person supported. Right. So let's see what happens there.
Yeah, there'll be a fine there as well, I think.
And also on No Choftas the other night, we were talking about the game and someone put in the comments that a disabled Omonia fan wasn't able to get in the stadium because they didn't have wheelchair access. So yeah.
The AEK Arena doesn't have wheelchair access.
Apparently so.
But no, it's a UEFA criteria stadium. That doesn't make sense. If it's a UEFA criteria stadium, you're supposed to have wheelchair access.
Well, apparently he asked to be put in like a VIP section or a certain section, and they didn't let him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that would be more like, no, you're an Omonia fan. We're not going to let you do that.
Yeah, probably. Well,
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Obviously, if it's true, we're not sure. But yeah. Well, actually, 1 minute. Hold on a second. Yeah. Hold on a second. I found it. It's actually on 24 Sport. Here we go. There we go, right here.
So somebody went to the area to watch the game between Omonia and AEK, but the people in charge at the stadium couldn't find a solution to get him into the stand. With the conclusion being that he had to leave without watching the game, even though he had a ticket.
Yep.
Okay. So maybe whatever, I guess whatever they have in place for full wheelchair access wasn't working, or they said it wasn't working. Maybe. What do they have? What do they have to be able to get less able-bodied people up? You'd say a ramp, but maybe they've got
a lift.
Maybe they've got Yaya's donkey and the Raro wasn't there that day.
Maybe there's like 2 security guys that pick people up and carry them. I don't know. No, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, nice background still. What, the kid? That little shit there. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, she's got to be in every podcast, regardless of whether she's in it or not.
Oh yeah, of course. Now that she's found out that Pedro plays Fortnite, she's I wanted to talk to Uncle Pedro. And we're playing
Yes.
Fortnite today, and she's on her fucking thing and driving us mad, singing while she's playing. She's running off, trying to kill people. Me and Pedro are trying to win the game.
By the way, for people who aren't members on YouTube, there are some highlights that Stell puts together of those games. I think they've happened. I think you've put 3 episodes of it up so
3
far.
episodes, yeah.
Of your games of Fortnite.
Yeah.
The first episode is mostly Stell arguing with his daughter about how they don't work well as a team.
We don't. we don't. Just follow me. Where are you going? Just over there. Well, what's over there? I don't know. I'm like, you need to get your weapon ready because I ain't gonna save you when you get shot. Anyway, it's just Fortnite.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Right. So that's it for Vrionidis, yeah?
That's it for Vrionidis. It's short.
It's time to spin the wheel. What is coming? We don't know. Spin the wheel now.
There we go. We got one more story, right?
One more story from me, and it's regarding the Cypriot national team. So, So, like I said, after the holidays, we'll start hearing a bit more about what's going on, what's happening, movement, and whatever. So, according to Get the Cyprus FA is negotiating a contract with Dusan Kerkez. There he is, yes, to take over the head coach role of the Cyprus national team. Apparently, there are big gulfs in the details on what each side wants, but we should know what's happening by Monday or tomorrow if you're watching and or listening while we're recording.
Yes.
So we should know a bit more than that. Now, I already said this on Twitter, but I think Gekez is a good shout for the national team. He spent the best part of 7 years as a footballer in Cyprus with AEL and Aris. He's a league winner in Cyprus with AEL, a cup winner with Botev, and he likes his 4-2-3-1, which is probably our best formation going forward as well. So,
and his teams play football. So, and he ran on Moni and Apollon close to the title back in 21
as well. You know,
but then he had someone like Ryan Meyer and Tito Riera and players of that ilk.
Yes. Now, okay. I think he's a good shout.
Well, who else is available? I
mean,
the only option I would say is Bursa, but would he want it?
Yeah, well, the other thing is I was doing a research for a video of who could take over the Cyprus national team, except this news came out for Gekez like as I was writing the script, and I was like, fuck. And I started with Bursaididis, right? And I started with Bursaididis, and then I got to some details, and one of the big ones was I remembered that during that podcast that Petridis was on, where he revealed a whole lot of information, like we were trying to get Semedo, and I only signed players that the coach agrees with, except for all these different ones. One of the other things he said is I speak to all my previous head coaches at least once a month and get on with them very well, except for Bursaididi, he said.
Oh.
So that makes me think that, Bursaididis isn't very popular with the secret handshake brigade that secret football is.
Yeah, true.
Which is why Bursaididis, after he left Apoel, the only job he could get in Cypriot football was back at Nea Salamina, who were in the second division at the time. And he got promoted again. And then couldn't get a job in Cypriot football again. So he went to Greece.
Mm.
That didn't work out as well as he hoped, and now he's back.
No, I didn't.
But I don't see him. I don't see him getting another job in Cypriot football again unless he's back at Nel Salamina for a third time.
Well, mate, do you know what? I think for me, the only appointment that makes sense right now would be Stephen Constantine. He's the only one that would make sense.
Yep. I mean, he is a firefighter. He's every national team he's been to either kind of start putting in the seeds for something or to stop something from happening. You know, there's a lot of different situations he's been involved
and
with.
I'm pretty certain that getting him in, it might actually even help the Chalutka, you know. Might even help the likes of Kekta and maybe Ruel and
the only thing that I see that as a stumbling block is maybe his tactics are more built for gets buyer type stuff, which
but think about who he's coached though. Think about who he's coached and the quality that they've got going forward. Perhaps that would change. I mean, at Buffalo he did well in the short space of time he had there. Got into the top 6 for the first time.
He did well enough at Nel Salamina as well. He was there for 2 seasons. So, I don't know. It was one of the other ones I was working on anyway as part of the video. But it seems like this is the direction the Cyprus FA are going, if you believe what's being put in the papers at the moment.
Yeah. Believe it when I see it. Anyway, we're done, right?
We are done.
Just over an hour. See, we said it was going to be a shortish one.
Zoom.
There we go. Zoom indeed. Happy days. Right. Don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram and X at This Is Mappa, Thassos at Flares Cafes, and we will be back Thursday.
Probably Thursday, I think.
Probably Thursday. There we go. All right, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back very soon. So until next time.
Bye.
Bye.